What is up, YouTube? It is Docky or Docky Style Gaming, and I am back at it again with another Hogwarts Legacy video for you all today. And I am here with the missus again to help all of y'all out understanding anything y'all might not know about the Wizarding World, but primarily to help me understand anything I don't know about the Wizarding World. So let's get into some of this new information that we got, because there's been quite a bit. Actually, like right after we posted our last video, we got some new information about the potential official release date for the game and some major rumors and leaks that recently came out. So I would definitely want to cover that and break that all down on the channel for y'all here. So like I always say, without wasting any more of y'all's time, let's hop straight into this video. So our first bit of information comes thanks to the Rowling, again, I still don't know how to pronounce her name, library, which is a website that covers pretty much any promotional or book related information when it comes to any Harry Potter or Wizarding World text. And they got a official leak, or I guess it was put out online and they discovered it and shared it with everybody, talking about the art and making of the Hogwarts Legacy video game. There's going to be a book coming out releasing on September 6th. Now, if you are in the know when it comes to any type of games that come out, whenever most art books come out, they tend to come out either around the exact same time or close to the exact same time as the game's launch. So the fact that it's releasing on September 6th definitely heavily indicates that the game will probably be getting a September release, but also a early September release.
Well, Hogwarts starts on September 1st, so it would make sense if the book came out a few days after September 1st, as that's the start of term.
And probably to avoid, like, leaks, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, that's probably, again, the best case scenario. Again, I think last time we checked, September 1st was on a Thursday, which isn't a bad release date, especially for like a midnight release that Thursday or Friday. So I could see it dropping on September 1st. And again, with the art book coming out a couple days later, like I said, in case it might spoil some things for the game, this definitely is probably a very likely case that we would be getting Hogwarts Legacy dropping at, again, September 1st, September 2nd, or literally just the very beginning of September. So that's pretty much the first bit of news and info that we got this past month, especially considering we still have not got any official word from Avalanche, Portkey Games, or even the official Hogwarts Legacy site or Twitter about any new information. It's been well over a year now, and we still don't have any information on the game. And it's been a year since the game's been delayed, and still no official information. So this next bit of info that we're going to be talking about is heavily rumored, and it comes from two different sources. So even though I typically don't like to cover rumors on the channel, because again, we're not getting anything official, and it's still some pretty interesting information to break down. And if it is true, this is all very, very good. So this information comes from a content creator that happened to get word from, he says, two different sources. Now, granted, again, we really don't have any official sightings for these sources, but he said that according to them, that the game draws heavy inspiration, particularly in the game design, based off of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and The Last of Us Part 2. Now, all of these games, if you haven't played them, are incredible open world games that have a lot in the world to do. And even in this article, they said that to this end, the game is apparently putting a lot of emphasis on exploration. And if it is following the game design of these three games in particular, there will be a lot of places for people to explore. So I'm all down for that. And most people who are on the channel and who have been following me on the channel know that I love Ghost of Tsushima. It was my personal game of the year. So if Hogwarts Legacy is anything even close to Ghost of Tsushima, I am going to be all for it. And then some more info, they also came with this rumor as well, as they said to pair with the emphasis on exploration is a big open world complete with multiple regions, multiple towns filled with NPCs with unique behaviors and dialogue, and dungeons.
So this is very exciting for me, because when I saw the trailer, it just looked like it was very Hogwarts centric, which still I'm excited for. But like in the trailer, it showed the castle, it showed Hogsmeade in the Forbidden Forest. So I thought it would very much stick to that and maybe end up going to Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that we get a broader look at Nocturne Alley. And I also believe that this gives them the opportunity to open up the world to places that they really can just make up. Because who's to say in the 1800s there's not more wizarding alleys and streets?
Cities.
Towns that we don't see, we don't hear about, and there's a lot of potential for them to grow the Hogwarts universe or Harry Potter universe into something really great and crazy. And dungeons is probably very literal because that could be anything.
Yeah. And considering, I mean, again, if it's focusing heavily on things like Ghost of Tsushima, where the map is massive for an open world game, there's multiple things for you to do. And then with the recent addition of Iki Island, which is a whole nother separate map, like all the way across the ocean, essentially, for you to go to, I could see them just going crazy with the open world elements of the game.
Well, if they went across the ocean, I wonder if that means that we might get something from other continents or, you know, other countries that are featured in the Harry Potter universe.
I was about to say, because even though you made me watch the movies years ago, I remember there was the one movie where they had the tournament and people were coming from everywhere because they were coming in on boats and things like that. So I would assume
there was Dumbstrom. So, for example, for the Triwizard Tournament, we had students from Bobaton Academy and Durmstrang, which are from Bulgaria and France. And I think it'd be really awesome if we can maybe see their schools or maybe some other magical schools in the Harry Potter universe, like the one in America or any other country or whatever that they might have. And that's a way that they can keep expanding too, because we're all going to always want to see these other schools.
I mean, it's also Harry Potter, so when it comes to making money, they're always going to find a way to. So I'm sure there will be multiple DLCs or expansions to the map, the world. Now, I don't know if we're going to go as far as to get to like America, but I wouldn't put it past them, especially if they're going along the route of like, hey, this is a Destiny style game where we want to keep this going for like 10 years. So yeah, then they could just expand and boom, you have a globe. Now again, that's being very optimistic, but I do think we will, like you said, probably see at least other places near Hogwarts that at least even some of the ones, like I said, were in the movie that came to that like tournament or whatever. I expect, even if we don't go there right away, we might actually see them, because wouldn't there be a Triwizard Tournament in the game too? Because doesn't it always happen? I mean, I don't know the lore, but I'd assume, is it like a yearly thing or is it every couple years?
That would be cool, but the fact that they're saying this game takes place in the 1800s means that we probably will not get a Triwizard Tournament, because if I'm not mistaken, it was banned in the late 1700s and brought back in the 90s, because Harry Potter takes place in the 90s. So,
which actually good for them for banning it, because I remember in the movie that shit did not look like children should have been taking a part of that. Well, it was. Didn't that dude die?
Yes, it was. So, like, it was actually banned because people who were
dying.
Were dying.
What? Okay.
They were being seriously injured and
all right.
and
Yeah,
dying,
I'm not even gonna.
So it was banned.
We're gonna save that conversation for something else, because why is that even still a thing? Then it's like, yeah, you know what? It's been a couple years, 100 years. We haven't had any kids die yet. Let's reopen this tournament and kill some more of them real quick.
Especially when your main kid is being hunted like every day.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, that
every
just
year there's a new threat against them. Yes.
Okay. Anyways, moving on to the next bit of information that we got from this. It says that it sounds like dungeons are going to play a big role in the game, to the extent that they have an entire team dedicated to their design. Now, who knows what dungeons are actually going to entail, but in most looters or even RPGs, dungeons are typically a huge in-game mechanic, whether it's you going inside, killing a bunch of enemies, or going inside, doing a bunch of objectives, tasks, puzzles to unlock some ultimate type of reward or item that you can put on your character. So this sounds extremely awesome, and I can't wait to see what all dungeons will entail.
I think that the dungeons they're really talking about might be Salazar Slytherin's Chamber of Secrets, because the only bit we've gotten to see was the basilisk, but we also know that there was many tunnels going in and out of it. There could be more to the chamber, than we got to see. I mean, the snake came out of his mouth, the statue's mouth.
I don't remember that. So I'm just gonna say yes, it did.
So I feel like that would be the perfect area to have loot and stuff to find in general, because it's a chamber of secrets, plural.
Yeah, I mean,
not
true.
just one.
Oh, no, well, exactly. And in this case, because like I said, dungeons in most looters or RPG is just a vague term for an in-game type of activity that you go inside and you complete a bunch of objectives. Well, in the case of this game, I'm sure dungeons actually mean dungeons because it's Harry Potter, and I'm sure there are a bunch of those in the world of the Harry Potter universe. Yeah. So
now I'm not sure how they would be able to swing the Chamber of Secrets thing, since we know it was closed off and only accessed by Salazar Slytherin's.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure again in this universe there's probably more than that dungeon that they're gonna.
Oh yeah, there's also like, I mean, the Slytherin common rooms are in the dungeon,
which is that. Yeah, let's kill kids at tournaments and let's put a whole group of kids in a dungeon.
They're not just in a dungeon, babe. They're underwater in a dungeon.
Which is stupider. Okay, see, what parents are allowing their kids to go to a school like this? Like,
I love their common room.
Oh my god.
Like, I like the, but you know me, I love the ocean. So, like, and I mean, yeah, it's a lake, a really murky, gross lake. But the idea of being able to see, like, Grindylows float past the window, or maybe the tentacle of the giant squid or something, I feel like that'd be really cool. I would like their common room. But then again, I kind of like all their common rooms, part Gryffindor, because I don't like Gryffindor's common room that much. But
you just pissed off so many Harry Potter fans.
I don't I'm kidding. It, but as
no, you can't back up now. Nope, she says she hates Gryffindor's.
I did not say that at all.
I'm kidding. But back to the game. Yeah. Harry Potter fans, calm out. I know y'all are extreme to the max. Chill. Anyways, moving over to the rest. Like I said, they were talking about the dungeons and how they have a whole team dedicated to that. And they said there also sounds like there's going to be a type of clearing out enemy camps game mode as well. They said similar to Far Cry, but again, if it's like Ghost of Tsushima has events where you can clear out Mongol territories from camps as well. So again, if they are heavily influencing their gameplay design or open world design and elements based off of these type of open world games, I am like 110% sold on this game now. Again, still not knowing anything about it, I want to play this way more now. But all that to be said, we still need to take this with a grain of salt, because again, it's coming from one content creator that apparently has it from two different sources that didn't give any of the sources or any credible links to these sources, but I still wanted to cover it because every single game article is, and I was like, it'd be crazy for me to not put it in one of my videos. Now, lastly, from this source, they also said that there is going to be a day and night cycle, which is awesome, and then a relationship system that will let you have your complete control of your own storylines or storylines within the relationships.
So the day and night cycle makes sense because there are, so astronomy, they have a tower for that, and they have a class that takes place at nighttime. So you would, if we're doing classes at Hogwarts, we're gonna need the night cycles. And they're gonna probably put at least one werewolf in here. And it would be weird if we didn't have a night cycle with a full moon.
Yeah, I was about to say
to deal with like a werewolf.
I could see. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking because I didn't know they had classes at night, which is
it's just one. It's just one.
Ridiculous. Anyway, but I could see them doing something like that, yeah, with like a werewolf.
As for the relationship system, I mean, going into this, I knew you'd probably be able to pick your best friend and your enemy, because that's how Harry Potter kind of goes.
But
you've got the people you can rely on and the people you're firmly against. And I feel like at the beginning, you're going to have to pick one of those.
Oh, yeah.
And then your storyline's going to branch from there, depending on who you pick.
But I wonder, like, what all... Because, I mean, those are the two, I feel like, common relationships that everybody's expecting. But will these relationships trickle into teachers? Because I know there's that one that hated Harry. And then will it trickle into, like, actual romance relationships as well?
It'd be interesting.
Because they said complete with their own storyline. So, I'm curious.
It would be interesting if you could get, I don't know, like brownie points with teachers.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Because like there's some teachers who favor certain students based on how they act, the things that they do.
Yeah, I mean,
and
there's
some
always the
teachers
teacher's
who
pet.
just absolutely hate students based on
or are
how
you
they
just
act.
that bad in class and
Yes.
the teachers just hate you throughout your time at Hogwarts?
And I wouldn't be surprised if they put romantic relationships in here. I'd probably be very PG. But I could imagine.
I just want to break people's hearts. That's all I want to do. I want to be the evil dude that's breaking people's hearts.
I can imagine that they'll have them in here though, because they were in Harry Potter. Whether it was the Harry having a crush on Cho, or Ginny like and Harry together, or Ron and Hermione, or Ron and Lavender.
Yeah, you're saying so many names, and I'm just acting like I understand them all.
Relationships. It's boyfriend, girlfriend, teen angst. And if we're playing as a teenager going into this, it would be weird for them to not put any of those normal teenage moments in this.
I can see that too. So yeah, with that, that's pretty much all of the information that we got from this current huge rumor leak that's been running around, like I said, all throughout the gaming community for this game. Again, take it with a grain of salt, but if this is true, this is massive news for the Hogwarts Legacy game, and it's kind of weird that they're not wanting to show this off. But speaking of showing off, apparently we still are supposed to be getting some type of gameplay trailer coming soon, either sometime still February or March. Now, we did have a PlayStation State of Play earlier this month that was only for Gran Turismo, so we got no other new game info, but most likely we will be getting another State of Play for PlayStation coming in March, and apparently it's rumored that that one will drop with a brand new gameplay trailer that will show off skills and abilities. It still is rumored and saying that it's aiming for a September release, so officially it should be launching in 2022, and then also they said that it will include multiplayer elements. Now, we don't know what multiplayer elements mean. It could be co-op, it could be activities in the school grounds, it could be, honestly, a whole new PvP element to the game. Who knows? But the fact that we're finally, or at least it's rumored to actually have a multiplayer element, I am pretty hyped for, because a game that's apparently supposed to be this big and in a school and towns with multiple people, it'd be crazy for there to not be some form of cooperation and something in this game.
My vote is for Quidditch or even a dueling club. Maybe that's something that happened in the past, even though it's brought up in Harry Potter. It'd be cool if like you can go against.
Or just broomstick racing.
Broomstick racing.
I don't know if that's a thing, but I mean, like most games
but
always have like that racing element. So, hey, get on it. You could buy the really fast broomstick and then, you know.
We know that there is a dueling championship because Professor Flitwick is a dual champion master. Like he's like, so we know that that exists. I know that Quidditch exists, and I would not be surprised if there was some type of broom racing element, or even just different little objectives that you have to do with a partner. Because I mean, even like in potions class, you have a double, which is probably going to be your friendship in here.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't be surprised if there's other things, other adventures outside of, you know, classes or even,
just the open world.
Yeah, that involves having multiple people
or
help
just
you.
Encountering. Because like I said, as fun as this game can still be, and like I said, Ghost of Tsushima is a single player game, and I still love it, and I literally played it all this week. I'd be okay if it was a single player game. But with a game like this, it's all about schools, friendships, relationship, the different houses that you're put in. Like I said, it makes sense for there to be some form of a multiplayer element, whether it's you encountering other people at school or in different activities, or like you said, Quidditch, something like that. So hopefully that's what that means, but all we know at the moment is that it will include multiplayer elements. So it won't be completely single player, which is very good, at least for me to hear. So with that, that's pretty much all of the major news and info that we've got literally just this month alone. We're only like not even a full halfway into the month, and we've already been getting information. Granted, most of it has been leaked from websites or, again, rumors in some cases, but hopefully Hogwarts Legacy, Avalanche, Portkey Games, somebody drop something soon. It's been over a year and we still don't have any information. It'd be nice to get something very soon.
It's been over a year for me. I will never forget that leaked trailer
Oh yeah,
years
yeah.
ago.
The trailer was leaked
Because every
ago.
time you watched any kind of game news, I was like, did they mention Harry Potter yet? Did they mention Harry Potter yet?
And like they didn't even like for the Game Awards, they didn't show nothing off. I'm just like they've had multiple instances to show something
it's
off.
been years.
That's why I'm like, it's crazy that like we literally have one trailer. That's it.
I hope this game's great. I'm excited.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like most people are like, I hate when games get delayed. If a delayed game means a better game, I'm all for it.
Yes.
But don't you delay this game and it come out and still be.
We don't want another Cyberpunk issue.
We don't want Cyberpunk. We don't want Anthem.
Oh,
we don't
Anthem.
Oh my gosh, there's so let's not even get into Anthem. Anyways, like I said, that's all we really got for this video. So thank you all for watching, like always, and sitting through all of our banter. Let us know what you're most hyped about with any of this information that was just mentioned in this video, and what you are still hoping and wanting to see in this game. Because again, even though we still don't have much information, there's still a lot that players are wanting to see and hoping to see in the game. And again, I might not understand any of what you're saying in the comment section, but luckily I have the missus here to help me out. So again, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. Other than that, I will catch y'all all in the next one. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. Links to this in the video description, along with the link to the Twitch channel as well. I stream every Tuesdays and Fridays. So if you haven't, go follow me on there as well. Other than that, I am out of here, guys. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the subs. Peace.